Alright, so I thought we'll change it up a little bit, and alongside the Rome 2 videos, I'll do a series on Empire Total War. Now this is probably the most controversial Total War ever released, because even though Rome 2's release was bad, Empire's was totally broken. I didn't have it at the time, but from what I heard, it was essentially non-functional, and the AI was dumb, and a lot of those problems were never fixed. But anyway, there is a particular mod that I don't think gets that much exposure that I find to be a fun little mod, and it's called Empire Realism by Jam on Total War Center. And this mod really focuses in on unit balance and unit rosters and unit cohesion, and it really changes how you fight the battles and how you want to manage your campaign. And it really, I think it helps the AI manage battles a little better, so morale is very important with this mod, and it's very important to get the right balance during battle and try to figure out how to use your cavalry, not just to charge in, but how to affect the enemy's morale. Like maybe you can rout them sooner without actually engaging, different kinds of things. Well, I actually haven't played the mod in quite a while, so I just thought it would be fun to give it a shot, see what happens. And I think the recommended difficulty with this mod is normal, just because you don't want... If you go on very hard, the AI bonuses are just ridiculous, and it just becomes very tedious. So yeah, let's give it a shot, see what happens, and we'll do a short campaign. And I'll play as Russia, because you know, you start off big, but you start off weak. And that's a really interesting starting point. It's kind of like the Seleucids in Rome 2, in that way, where...
Your first priority should be to secure yourself trading ports in the...
And so, since I'm running a second generation i5, sometimes when Empire is on ultra settings, it kind of stutters, so I'm on high texture settings. I don't know why that is, because Shogun and Rome 2 and Napoleon especially, Napoleon probably runs the best of the Total Wars on my machine. And Empire just, you know, that's one of the issues that was never quite patched up, was that it kind of stutters on really high settings, even on pretty good machine. And this processor was released 2 years after Empire, so yeah. So we want to put our gentleman in the school, right? And let's research. What do we want to research? I think it'll be good to research some agriculture, and then we'll do military as well. No, just it'll be good to have bayonets. Let's do that. We want to... First thing to do is always upgrade those farms, because, you know, you get some good income for cheap. There's no reason not to upgrade those, especially if you're Russia. Russia here, as you can see, really large territory to defend. And it's just... yeah. And the other thing I want to do is, I don't want to build any walls, because fort battles in Empire are awful. They are just terrible. Even in the most comprehensive mods, like Darth mod, fort battles are just... the AI is The AI is broken. The game breaks sometimes. It's just no fun. So I think I've got all the farms here. And what else I want to do is... oh, there's a mine. Let's upgrade that as well. So let's see what I can build. I think I'll build a... oh, also roads are more expensive in Empire Realism. I like that because it was too easy to just all of a sudden, bam, you've got a nice road system. So yeah, it's difficult, but I'm liking these changes. So let's see, I want to... garrisons in Empire. Coming from Rome, garrisons in Empire are not that great. So you do want to have some legitimate troops everywhere. Let's double check who we're at war with. Ottomans, of course. Who else are we at war with? So we're not good with Sweden. We are not good with Sweden at all. But I think the first thing we gotta do is move on the Ottomans. And the Crimean Khanate here, the Tatars. So what I'll do is I'll move this army down here. Oh, and so when you recruit troops in Empire, as well as in Shogun, I believe, they appear at the settlement of each region, and then they have to, and then they join your army. So it's only with Rome too that generals can just recruit troops from the field and they'll appear there. Yeah, so I think I do want to combine these armies. And I'll make a couple of Cossack infantry to be a garrison there. And I do want... yeah, so this starting situation is very different from vanilla Empire. I'm going to combine those armies. What do I have? Yeah, Russia doesn't start out with anything. I've got nothing. So we've got Georgia here. It's a nice buffer. And Dagestan's here. So I think I might want to take Chechnya sooner rather than later. Yeah, this is not a good starting position. So let's end the turn and see what happens. Trade agreement and military access. Huh. That's an interesting proposal. But they like the Ottomans, so no way. We're gonna fight you. So the big thing when you're on the defense is that if you've got some, not so good infantry, like armed citizenry, and you're defending, what you want to do is get them to have as many shots as possible before engaging in melee. Just because, a bullet from armed citizenry kills just as well as a bullet from the most elite soldier. So that's going to be important. Do I want to supplement these guys with Cossacks. So Poland is allied to me, so I'm not too worried about them. Yeah, so what I want to do, I want to destroy the Crimean Khanate, and then maybe move into Moldavia. Then I've got Georgia as a buffer here between the Armenian border and us. So once I have enough troops, I'll send an army down there. And I think it's probably a good idea to upgrade some of these town centers just to improve revenue, because this improves tax collection and repression, and that's stuff that's good for Russia. I think I'll recruit these, I'll upgrade these settlements that are in the proverbial sticks, at least in this campaign. So Kazan, Ufa, and Ust-Sisolsk. Ust-Sisolsk. Never heard of it. Sure, it's a nice place though. I'll check it out on Wikipedia. Oh, and we've got a rake here. So these are kind of the spies in Empire Total War. And what you want to do with these guys is mostly just spy. Agents in Empire, and really any Total War prior to Shogun 2. Agents are just not that powerful. Maybe in the original Shogun and medieval agents played a large role, as well as the princesses in medieval 2, but really they're nothing compared to what they became in Shogun and Rome 2. Oh, and we've also got an Orthodox missionary here, so he'll be useful in converting our provinces down here to Orthodoxy. And I think our province here, Don Volsko, is not quite as Orthodox as I'd like. So we'll move him down there. Yeah, we don't have much Orthodoxy up here either. But hopefully, this is the most important one on the border. I don't want my borders to have too much non-Orthodox influence. Okay, and I think that's about all we can do for this turn. Yeah, Empire Realism, you've got to be a little more deliberate in your actions. You can't just do willy-nilly stuff. They want a trade agreement. I'm going to stand by my principle. I don't want to trade with you. You took St. Petersburg, named after our greatest king, Peter the Great. So we want it back. We're not going to just trade with you. Oh, Fyodor Golovin has a well-connected mistress. And he's morally impaired. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with feathering one's own nest. Okay. Yeah, that was another thing about Empire. The generals don't really have that much personality. And you can just kind of see that in their generals' portraits. It's kind of lifeless. But, you know, we'll try to give him as much personality as possible. Ivan Mazepa. Seems like a nice guy. Let's move in. Okay, let's upgrade Governor's Residence. Astrakhan as well. So those farms are nice and completed. That's good. Let's build a couple things in Moscow just to improve things. Let's make an admiralty. Oh yeah, so these buildings are going to take a long time. Now this is... Empire Realism is serious business. You're in it for the long haul. So my army here is not bad. Theirs is not bad either. The main thing is... I've got a little more of an... I've got an artillery advantage. So at least I can force them to come to me if I decide to fight them. Ideally, I'd like to recruit just a couple more troops before doing that. Yeah, can't afford to do much here. You can't just recruit all kinds of things at once without really building up. And one thing I hope Empire Realism has tackled is the Marathas destroying everything, because that was a problem. Buildings finished. Oh, that's great. Nice list. Smallpox. Okay, so next turn should be good to go. And then let's see what the Ottomans have at Moldova here. They've got some troops. They've got some Janissary musketeers and an imam. Maybe I should have sent the missionary over here. Might want to do that. Actually, yeah, convert some of these 40% Orthodox people here. They should be more Orthodox. Let's recruit a couple more troops. What's the difference between Russian musketeers and line infantry? So it seems like the musketeers are just better. Yeah. Let's recruit a couple of musketeers in Moscow. And some more Cossack infantry in Kiev. So it seems like the big thing is that you're limited on your unit recruitment. So as you can see, I could only have 4 provincial line infantry. And I can only have 20 Cossack infantry, so I can't just exploit my better units and have an entire army of like 5 armies of Cossacks. Okay. So I'd say we're good to go for now. And as you can see, the generals' units are really reduced in number. So not really reduced, but somewhat reduced. So you really just have to keep them behind the lines. And you're not going to have any generals charging. Hopefully that'll help the AI. Oh, we've got another gentleman. Let's move him to our school. Where is our school? No. Craft workshops. Coaching in. No. Where are we teaching people? Okay, Nizhny Novgorod. Novgorod, of course, Gorod means city, and Nov is just new, just like the word new. It's cognate. Let's see, what do we gain from roads here? Plus 10 per town wealth, as well as, you know, just the basic roads bonus. That'll be a pretty good thing to have. That's the first thing I like to do in Vanilla Empire, is to build roads just to help with, because it really helps out with wars, as well as some minor economic bonuses. And we've got the Crimean Khanate here. They have a lot of troops. But I think we should be able to win because we've got more regular line infantry style troops. Let's demand surrender. Surrender refused. Okay, so I think we'll fight this battle next time.